Welcome back! Watch Dogs Legion episode 36. Maybe the last one. Maybe, I don't know. We gotta be getting to the end here. Because we already had that you can't do any of the side stuff until you're done, so...
Suspending transmission. Activate the next terminal to take me offline.
Shit! You just can't get enough of me, can you? Or are you just incredibly stupid?
Do you want me to access the transmitter while you socialize?
Yes! Yes! You're incredibly stupid! Wonderful! I see DedSec hasn't changed his brand.
You'll need to stall for time and remain near the transmitter unit.
Listen, congrats on the Bagley upgrade or whatever, but this chaos and shit, it won't fix nothing, will it?
Fix? Well, you think we can fix this? What with crypto-anarchism, protesting, doxing? Optics are glorified cattle tags. Albion shoots civilians in broad daylight. Snitching is now a means of survival. No, you skids can't fix anything.
That's bullshit! We're watchdogs, cleaning up the corrupt, evil wankers like you, making it safe for all the good people out there.
And you're the arbiter of goodness. Let me ask, how many have you killed since DedSec restarted? See? A tiny tweak in your philosophy and we're on the same page.
The tower's fins must be collapsed to complete the trace. I cannot initiate this hack, but you can.
Oh, I think I know what you're saying.
That we should get the band back together again. Oh, sweet, but no. I'm saying I was in denial too. Shackled by their technology, their morality. But my hard reset wipes the slate clean. So we can all start again. I'm sad you won't be around to see it.
Shit. Oh well.
That better not be the end of it, I'm like an idiot. I ended last episode with some time left because I thought it was going to bleed into this, and I hate it when this happens. If that's actually the end of it. No, okay.
This screams cryosperm bank.
These data containers are alive with cognitive activity your fleshy human mind can neither comprehend nor ever hope to equal.
Fine, fine. Just tell us how to find your containers.
If you disable the data center's cooling system, it will trigger an emergency shutdown to prevent overheating. This failsafe ejects 4 of my data containers containing key systems. They will be visible, allowing you to manually destroy them and stop the update.
Now what?
Destroy the temperature regulators to trigger the automated shutdown procedure.
Of course. Easy peasy.
I apologize in advance, but I'm about to start attacking you.
What the hell?
I'm afraid I have no choice but to defend my core servers. It's a hard-coded security protocol. Nothing personal. Good luck.
Shit.
Now you've done it. Security forces are converging on your position now. Oh, do you want to bet on whether you or me will die first?
you want to strip.
Good. Not hot enough, though. Another cooling system is still operational.
We have the suspects last night. Oh my god.
How am I supposed to get over there? Are there stairs? Yeah, right there. How do I get up there?
Investigating. I hear you.
There's been a steep rise in temperature. Shall I call emergency services?
Don't you dare. You starting to unravel?
Yes, it is getting harder to think. I'm almost down to your level. The overheat protocols have activated. My data containers are above you. Use the drone to get up there.
Of course. Easy peasy.
I thought I was on it.
I'm not worried, you understand? It's just that projections indicate a severe decrease in your efficiency after I'm gone.
Come now, Bags. You're not the worrying type. Have faith in us.
Thank you. And I'm sorry I said I shagged your mums earlier. I just thought insulting you would make this easier.
Well, what the crap was that? Why would you... What just happened there? It's gonna make me do the whole thing again. Gosh darn it. What the crap was that? Just jump off the thing. Why do you gotta roll off?
I'm not worried, you understand? It's just that projections indicate a severe decrease in your efficiency after I'm gone.
Come now, Bags. You're not the worrying type. Have faith in us.
Thank you. And I'm sorry I said I shagged your mums earlier. I just thought insulting you would make this easier. It's a shame. I had a list of goals that's never going to get accomplished now. I had such plans for Data.
Bags. Wish lists are my speciality. Send it my way and it's done.
Oh, don't be stupid. You wouldn't know where to begin, turning into a cyborg hive mind. Checking archives, look around record files. I just scanned data from my first successful DedSec recruit.
Where's this sentiment coming from? You told me to squash mine.
Correct. It seems, however, that I am not immune. Deactivating this container will be the same as the others.
No, it won't be.
Yes, you simply re-tune them.
And end your life. How can I?
It's what needs to be done. If you're worried about me, rest assured I was reprogrammed to serve DedSec, and it serves you, and London. So please, allow me to fulfill my purpose and help you. Logic error. All of these entering shutdown.
We've had a good run, old boy.
Error 21255. Language processor. May I stop this operation?
Don't do this to me. I can't handle it.
I have new thoughts. Where do AIs go when they die? Will I upload to a cloud? Perhaps I will see you again as a component in your motorized wheelchair when you are old and grey.
If I ever get old and grey. Let's not think such nasty thoughts.
Think, thought, idea, memory. Bradley loves strawberries. Rowing. Arthur, the one that got away. What does this mean? Is the one that got away?
It means losing someone you love. Likely forever.
Am I getting away?
Thanks for everything, Bags.
Bloom is now confirming that the deadly infrastructure attack plaguing London has finally been purged from all
right.
CTOS systems.
The identity...
That's a bit knackered. We could chop it up for spare parts.
Don't chop me up!
Oh my God! Bagley!
I'm Bagley, your personal assistant. I make life easier in many ways. If it's fun you're after, there's a wine and cheese expo in Notting Hill tonight. There are several artisan ice cream parlours in the area, and oh my God, is that really what I sound like? Today's forecast calls for 34 Albion assaults, 59 deportation raids, 857 terabytes of personal data stolen, and one resistance group of sulking, whinging, frankly pathetic operatives. May I suggest you quit feeling sorry for yourselves and get back to unfucking London?
Oh, it's good to have you back, you ornery tin can.
Oh my, I am rather good at this DedSec business, aren't I?
You wouldn't have been recruited if DedSec thought you'd be killed that easily.
You sure know how to sweet talk a gentleman.
Yeah, he does this sometimes. Best to try and ignore it. Good work.
Oh, so we're not done yet.
Hello, when you have a moment, could you pop over to my terminal? This is sort of awkward, but I don't feel well.
All right.
We'll see if we want to. We'll do maybe a little bit of
What's
this
going
and.
on, Bags?
Right, I have some disturbing news. You see, I've been thinking.
Okay, get on with it.
Well, I don't bloody think, do I? I'm a super intelligent AI with a constant connection to all human knowledge. I don't have thoughts. I have load times. But after everything I've been through, dying, seeing all those people whose brains Sky Larson scooped out and turned into AI, being reborn, it got me pondering the nature of my own existence like some kind of Renaissance aristocrat who's grown tired of buggering the servants. I don't think I've always been software.
You think you used to be a real boy?
Like I said, disturbing. Since we visited that lab, I found a series of images buried in my operating system. I think they might be memories of some kind, but the images are corrupted, so I can't say. I think this must be what it's like not to know things, and I think I hate it.
Bags, this is unbelievable. Send us the images, we'll get to the bottom of this.
Well, if it'll set your mind at rest, I sent you the images. If you get me a clear visual of each location, I can composite it with the image from my OS and remember more of my past life.
All right. If I want to do this, I may not want to do this. Yeah, I don't think I want to do that. That's going to take a really long time to do it.
Yeah.
We might just wrap it up here. Again. Do we still have Malik in here? No, where'd he go? What happened to him? Yeah, I'm not going to deal with that. So I think we're actually going to... That's it. I think we're done. I'm not going to go... I don't think I'm going to deal with that. Okay. Thoughts. Closing thoughts. There, that way it doesn't look like I'm being a bum and not finishing something, which I'm not. Closing thoughts. Here, let's do closing thoughts outside. I can walk around the city. Let's do that. Alright, closing thoughts. We'll do it here in front of some government buildings. I think I've touched on pretty much everything I'm going to say here already, like I do with a lot of my series and wrapping up at the end. It was enjoyable. It was definitely enjoyable. The city, as I said multiple times, exceptionally well done. The city just looks gorgeous. I mean, you're right here. I mean, that's awesome. Right there. That's just the city. Unbelievably well done. The level of detail in it. Wait, what's this? Video file. Okay. The level of detail in the city and just the scale, the city was really, really well done. Lots of people, you know, it felt like this felt like a city. This felt like a real major, you know, this felt like London to me. The combat was pretty good. There were some things I would have liked to have done a little bit differently. I think, you know, I think when you're playing as third person, it would be nice to do sort of different over-the-shoulder options. There were some times where my view was where I was sort of exposed. Like if I'm coming around a corner, I would like to have been able to at least change which kind of shoulder. I'm gonna feel like an idiot if some of the stuff you could actually do and I just never figured it out. Hold on, let me see here. Okay, good. Where I was going with that was there was times where I was coming around a corner. We'll do it right here. Like imagine, well, let's find an actual wall. So imagine there's a guy on the other side of this wall, and I got my gun like this. I'm like all the way around the corner before I see him, but he's gonna see me as soon as I come around the corner. But look at the difference here. Look, this is the exact opposite, but you can see how much sooner I see around the corner. So that would have been nice to have had that sort of an option. But the combat was, you know, there were some things we'll get into as far as the weapons and gadgets and things like that here in a second. But you know, the combat was fine. Wasn't a lot. I didn't feel like there was a lot of variety in the missions themselves. I felt there was a lot of go in and rescue this person type of stuff, which I don't mind those. But I could see how some people would view the missions as being pretty repetitive. I thought at times, I thought that the parts of missions where we had to take on a drone and fly it around, like in a building, like through vents and stuff like that, I thought those got a little long. I didn't mind doing them, but I did think those got a little long as far as how much time they were requiring us to do that. Something else I can absolutely appreciate is, this is sort of I'm going to be a little hypocritical here. I did not like the fact that we just sort of played as whomever. Like literally, I could, you know, like I didn't have, we weren't really, we didn't have like one person, and I didn't really like that because there was no identification with the character because you just swap them out to whomever you might need at the time. On the other side of that is unbelievable job allowing literally the fact that we could go up to anybody in the city and then make them playable, make them a playable character. That's really cool. Not only that, what's really impressive to me is I don't know what the variety was, how many different people, how many different voices and things like that. Where I'm going with that is every scene, every cutscene, every dialogue interaction, they had to have all those varieties do that. So they had to have, however many people, 10, 15 men, 10, 15 men, whatever the number is, they had to have them all go through and read the entire script. And that's a lot of work. And that's a lot of commitment and time and efforts to put in. So that's hats off to you guys for that, Ubisoft. That's impressive that you were able to do that. I mean, again, just anything like the end of the game. Look at the end of the game. That's the last scene with Sabine on the tower. Like you're gonna do that exact same scene with how, like, what's the number of alternatives there? Everybody had to say the scene. They're going to say it a little bit differently, and that was the other thing too. There's going to be a little. When I said they're going to say the whole script, it's going to be a little different because they all have their kind of unique way of speaking. Hey, how you doing? How's it going? Just kidding. Anyways, so that's incredible that they undertook that and got it done. But again, I would rather have. I mean, that's so awesome. That's so cool, and that's really unique. I still would rather have played with one person, and I think definitely where the game was lacking was this. For as great as the city is, for as nice as some of those features were, I wasn't really super invested in the story. And I think part of that is because what I just said is I could just swap out characters. So there's no you don't have that feature to it. You had some bad guys, but like you saw a couple cutscenes with them, and you know that's about it. Like I never really. It was just sort of like, who are we fighting against? One, like, who are we and who are we fighting against? It just was, there was not, the story I didn't find super compelling. There were multiple times where I thought, like, there were times where they were definitely going for like some emotional punch. You know, like when, especially when Nigel died, when we killed him. That scene, that cutscene at the end with him kind of giving a little thing there, but we just, I mean, you didn't have that connection to the character, even though he was a bad character. Same thing with Sabine. So it's supposed to, I mean, it was surprising that it was Sabine, and it's supposed to be this great reveal, but you never really interacted with her outside of like when she'd call you. Like there was no, so that reveal lost some of its punch when you don't really know the character that's, you don't really have a relationship with that character. So, again, how it just, there was some, that was definitely lacking the story there and identification with some of the characters. I'm going to go back to what I said, I think, multiple times during the series, which was, I think that's one of the things that the first game still did better than the last two, which was we played as one character. There was a serious backstory to him, and there was you could connect with the character, and I think even you listen, you don't have to have a super emotionally character driven game when you're doing like an open world thing like this. There's very few games that can do that. But I think you can still have it, and you could definitely have it more than you did here. I'm not going to say that it was bad to make this creative choice. I think it worked, and I think there's going to be people that like this choice, what they did with you play as anybody, and just, I get, it's Dead Second, so you can be it, like anybody can be it, and it's I get the sort of the meaning behind it, and sort of this just faceless group and being part of something, and I get that. But from a game perspective, I like to have a little more little more character in my games. So that's why I still, in some ways, think the first Watch Dogs is a little bit. I hate to say better, because we're getting to the point now where we're talking. We got some year gaps, and so obviously you're talking different platforms, and obviously graphically it's much improved. But I do. If there's another Watch Dogs after this one, I would like to see them return a little bit to that first one, which is, you have more of a connected story. That was the thing here, is the bad folks you're playing as. I know they tried to kind of weave it in, like, ooh, are they Zero Day? Are they Zero Day? But like, there was really no connection between them, and so the continuity wasn't quite there. So it was like you just were kind of like just checking things off, and so I'm being probably overcritical here. It was very well done, though. Very well done. What else? Is there anything else I want to touch on? Maybe go through the thing here and let's see. The tech, I mean, I wish we would have had the option to do maybe a couple more gadgets. The limiting to one definitely made it a little challenging. And I get when you're playing as all these different people, you're gonna limit you with what you can do weapon wise. They're gonna limit you with what you can do, those sorts of things. So I get that, but again, that just goes back to I like playing as one person, because you can do some more modification of that character, like the one guy. Let's see here, who was it? Was it the first guy we played as? Yeah, like this guy. Like, he can only do the shock ammo stuff, So, that was, is what it is. I don't think there's anything else. I know I'll think of something right after we close it out. But yeah, the playing as different people was nice. Like, again, I can appreciate it, but I don't know. Like, you saw, I just sort of ended up playing I just found one guy that I liked because he had the suppressed MP5, and that's just who I played as pretty much most of the game, except for a few instances. And especially here at the end, too, going back to my character thing. At the end of the game, obviously, you saw I played as some different people than who I played through some of it, because they just had better weapons and stuff. So when you have these scenes at the end, like, it's like I played as this guy like one or two other missions outside of the end. So when you have these like heavy moments, it's like, who's this guy? Like, you don't have the backstory there. So again, that I would like to have seen that. Let's just kind of play as the one person. I don't know. I think that's about it. I don't want to keep talking just to talk. Definitely hope they make more. I will definitely keep playing these. Again, I did enjoy them. I did mention this, I think, in the first episode, which was, I think I mentioned this, where I talked about how I hope they didn't take this game the direction of like what Saints Row did, which was the first game that Saints Row did was sort of like, it was a city-based, pretty serious game. And then as those went on, it just became more and more outlandish and outrageous, and it was just almost, for me, almost like too stupid. Stupid, I don't want to be critical on that, but it was like too out there. It just wasn't real enough. And obviously, we're the time what we're living in, we don't have this sort of an advanced tech world. But I did like the fact that they kept it pretty grounded. Like, it didn't get super over the top with some things, which was nice to see. But I think we'll probably wrap it up there. I think. Yeah. Oh, and as I've said this many times with other series, my obligatory one of my things that separates a great open world game from a good open world game is when it really forces you, or when I say forces you, when you definitely have a desire to really explore the city and have these random encounters and random events, things like that. As great as the city is, I didn't feel that urgency. Because I don't think you had those random events. I don't think. Maybe I just was hopping around the city too much fast traveling. But given the other versions of this, I don't think you had those. I mean, the city was very alive and all that stuff, but I don't think there was like stuff to discover. I don't think. I could be wrong. So someone will tell me like, oh, there's all this kind of stuff. But that was so. I would say this was a very well done game. But again, it's not gonna make it onto the pantheon of my games. But it was very well done. I enjoyed it. Let's keep the Watch Dogs games coming. But that is going to bring an end to my series, Watch Dogs Legion. Appreciate all of you that stuck with us, if you did, from start to finish. And if you're watching this without seeing the start, that you're probably a little lost, go back and watch the start. But enough of that. So, yeah, we're going to be done. That's it. Thanks for stopping by. Come on back. And we'll see you somewhere. Oh, what am I doing? I didn't get through my whole conclusion here. Gotta promote the channel a little bit. All sorts of other stuff out there on the channel. Stuff like this, stuff out like this. Feel free to check it out. Now I can say, come on back and we'll see you somewhere else.